Hello and welcome to another project. My name is Nick Muema from Property Noma.
I am QS Fidelis Maiba, a construction project manager and a quantity surveyor.
I am Felicita Gikonyo, a professional realtor and a project manager.
In today's video, we are going to talk about this house. As you can see, the construction is still ongoing, but we'll get more details from Batir consultants, Mr. and Mrs. Maiba. So first of all, welcome back to the channel.
Thank you.
Kindly tell us where we are and how long you've been on this project.
Okay, here we are in Murang'a County, just the road that links the Murang'a town and the place where people take Nini Samaki.
For this particular house, did you guys do the design for this house?
So our client engages us from the design stage. So we have architects in our office who we are able to do a lot of designs for him. He chose one design, then we were able to go with it until now we came to actualize the project.
How long did the design process take?
Just took only 1 week. 1 week only, because if the client knows what he or she wants, it's very fast.
Yes.
So he had some photos of the houses that are close by, so he shared a photo. We were able to work with the photo. Within a week, we were done even with the 3Ds, the renders, the visualizations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mrs. Maiba, you can tell us the features of this house, things like the size of the house, number of rooms. Yeah.
So this is a 3-bedroom, over 100 square meters. One room is en suite, master en suite. The other 2 rooms share a common washroom, and we have an open plan kitchen and a lounge. Yes, and we have a hidden roof. The hidden roof, we are using the butterfly design for the hidden roof because it gives a more modern look, a more today look, such that in a few years it will not be outdated. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we are here in a month because it's quite far. You see, Murang'a County, you'll give us some time because of bringing the fundis, coming here, setting. You see, we are the first people. There are plots. We are the first people to build, so there's no water. So we had to hustle with the Murang'a Water Company to get us water. So we were working with the bozers, the water bozers. So the process was quite slow because we are a startup. And in terms of foundation, it took 1 week. The precast took like another 1 week as we were doing the parapet. The third week as we are doing the roofing. So we are on our 4th week when we have already done the plaster works. The floor screed has already been done. So we have just remained the columns. Then we start doing the paint works.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of soil do you find here, and what kind of foundation did you build? Did you face any challenges?
Okay, here it's the loam soil. It's Murang'a. It's an agricultural area, so it's the loam soil. So it's very okay with construction. So we just did the normal strip footing. We did the foundation walls. We backfilled with hardcore. Then we did our floor slab above.
When you come to the walling, how many panels did you use and the C channels?
Okay, for the panels, we use 125 for the ones that are of the house. Then for the parapet, we used 25 panels. Then for the C channels, we used 120. For the walling panels, we used the 2.7 meters height. Then for the parapet, we used the 1 meter high. Then after we put the panels, we installed coping to help with waterproofing.
Now, just as a point of clarification, when you said you used 2.7 meters high for the walling,
Yeah.
and 1 meters height for the parapet,
Yeah.
did you pre-order that, or did you have to cut the panels?
Normally we usually order the 3-meter panels so that we can cut them in terms of the 1 meter.
Yes.
So as she said, 25 pieces, there were 25 pieces for 3 meter. Then we cut them, they remove 3 batches. Now we have the 3 pieces.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Where did you source the panels from?
We only source from Kingdom Precast. Kingdom are our only suppliers since 2019, and they are continuing modifying the precast. They are coming more stronger every day. So we are happy with Sammy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the cost of transport to bring them to this site?
Here it's quite far. We were paying around
23
23,000
23,000
yeah,
per trip.
per trip. We did
Yes.
2 trips.
Yes.
As you've said earlier, this is a hidden roof.
Yeah.
So a hidden roof, we have the parapet and the roof covers.
Yeah.
Was it the client's design? Did he or she, did they want this type of roofing, or did you like suggest it to them?
Okay. Our client is from diaspora, and you know diaspora clients they prefer hidden. So it was his design. He wanted this type of mini roofing, and that's why we did the box profile mabatis and the butterfly concept.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
The face of the parapet wall.
Yeah.
What did you do to bring such a look?
Okay, this is a waterproof plaster. We have used a company called Sika Waterproof, to do our waterproofing, because we had some challenges because the upper part, water is seeping through. So that's why this is our first project. We are doing waterproofing. So we are 100% sure water will not seep to the inside part of the house.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
And what did you do to ensure that where the roof covers meet the parapet wall, is there a mechanism that you did to ensure permanent waterproofing?
Yeah, for right now, the first one is the coping. The coping will prevent water from raining at that whole
Okay.
region. The second part is the fundis. We have already done a waterproof plaster where the mabati is. Then the third option we have done a plain sheet. A plain sheet is a mabati that is holding the parapet and is holding the mabati. So that whole region, it's like a sea. That whole region will never get water. We have
Yes.
3 mechanisms we are trying to work with, because the hidden roof concept is tricky in terms of water, but we are learning as we continue. So we are doing it permanently now.
As a company, as Batir consultants, I know you've dealt with many roof designs.
Yeah.
When you compare the hidden roof with the other roofing designs, is it more cost effective?
In terms of cost, no. The cost is the same. It's just what you want to achieve.
Okay.
Because for this type of roof, the hidden roof, you have less timber and less mabatis, but you have a cost of hiding it.
Yes.
So that cost is a cost that you'll buy the panels, the channels, you'll do the paint works, the waterproofing, as you had said. So that's also a cost. When you go with the other pitched mabati, the pitched mabati, you don't have all the panels. You're buying the panels, so it's just the timber. You're adding timber, and you're adding just the mabatis. So the cost is the same. It usually has a difference of, the parapet one is cheaper at around 50,000 to 60,000, but not a big figure like 300,000. Yeah.
Mrs. Maiba, now to get to this point, what is the cost, the estimated cost, and if you have the information, you can tell us the total cost to build this house, including the finishes.
So the estimated project cost was 3.2 million, and so far we are at 2.4. We have done everything. Now we are into finishes. We are doing the tiles, paintwork, and cabinets. That's the only remaining works. And we are hoping to be done with it very soon. In around 2 weeks or 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks, we'll be done, ready to hand over the project.
Okay, we are doing decorations right now. Normally, usually do precast for the porch, but the client wanted the columns molded. So this that's some of the items that are making time to continue. We take more time, because we have to mold it, so that we can wait for it to dry, so that we can be able to paint it. So we are currently doing the moldings. You'll see them in the architectural designs.
Yeah.
He wanted the moldings, then the plaster works above. So those are some of the finishing. Also, they are doing the worktops we did for precasts, but I usually prefer putting it plaster above it to make it more compact.
Okay. Moving this way, let's talk about the steel doors and windows now.
Yes, yes.
I really do like this design, the
yeah.
design of for the grills.
Yeah.
Will you
The
put
glass will be on the inside part.
on the inside
Yeah,
now?
on the
Okay.
inside part. Now it will be like the grill is on the outside.
Yeah.
The glass now will come.
Is it will it be a single panel?
Yeah. The glass is one single panel.
Yeah.
Yes. The one with window pane. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a company, do you provide an option for clients to choose the designs for the windows and the doors?
Yeah, normally most clients are open. You give them what you like. This client, he was open with anything that I was choosing, so I chose this design, and he was very happy with it. But if you're a client and you have your own designs, umeona mahali, we just use what you have done, what you prefer.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, this is the living room area. We have the lounge area, then the dining space at the back, and now the kitchen area. Everything is open.
Yeah.
This is the open kitchen. We have maximum worktops everywhere for the client to be able to feel a good, comfortable kitchen. Yeah. Then we'll do the cabinets above that area, and above this area we'll have cabinets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to the plastering the joints,
Yeah.
what do you do to ensure that it never cracks or they
Ah,
never leave?
the cracks.
Yeah. You just have a seamless wall.
Oh, yeah, we first use the fiber mesh. The fiber mesh, it's a mesh that is usually used in gypsum. So we put it as we do the plaster, so it becomes smooth. Then when we start doing our skimming, the whole house will be smooth and with no crack.
What's the size of land in this for this particular client?
This is a 100 by 100 plot. We have used one side of the 50 by 100 because this is the small plan. We have a master plan. The client wanted to expand. We first drew a 4-bedroom bungalow, but the cost was quite high. It was ranging to around 4 point something million. So he wanted us to dial down. So we removed 1 bedroom. So we have an extension this side. We will do an extension for two other bedrooms later on. That's why we kept our house on one side. So that later on, when we come to do the extension, we can be able to add the other 2 bedrooms.
Okay. And that's easy to achieve with precast panels now.
That's very easy. And right now we have the hidden roof, so we'll just put our walls next to it. Then the mabatis will lie on the other side, and it will be a very simple work, and you'll not know whether it was done 2 different times.
Since the client is fully based in the diaspora, I'm assuming they haven't been able to come to this site.
Yes.
They've just been monitoring it remotely.
Yeah.
How have you been doing the communication and the flow of money?
Okay. Our client is in the US, and we usually communicate through WhatsApp. WhatsApp is very easy in terms of communication. Since the design stage up to where we are right now, we are working on WhatsApp. I don't know whether he will be coming, but he just wanted to do a house so that he can be able to, when he comes to Kenya, no need of going to hotels. Also, in terms of money, he usually sends through bank accounts. It's very easy from US nowadays. They have the same banks as us, like Cooperative Bank. He usually uses Cooperative Bank and sends to us. There are others also sending through Remitly. There's an app called Remitly. Usually send to my Mpesa, and also do a direct Mpesa transaction. So the transfer of cash is very easy, and he usually sends like money ahead so that we cannot stall. So I usually give a payment plan of 4 stages, the 4 stages of construction. So he usually is ahead in terms of payments. So right now he has already paid for the finishes, the tiles and everything. So we are ahead of time.
So guys, you've seen this house when it's under construction, when it's all panels and just the default look of the building materials.
Yes.
I'll do a part 2 when we come back with the QS.
In 2 weeks' time.
In 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
With the QS Fidelis and Mrs. Maiba. We'll do a full tour of the finished house. So stay tuned, subscribe, share this video widely, and we'll see you in the next project.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.